Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a scrapbook layout for Cut to You design team, and part of my share today is also solving one of the CSI challenge case files, which is case number 382, and that gorgeous, gorgeous cuteness of a photo on that photo prompt. I am completely and utterly inspired by so many elements of that photo. Initially, it is the clouds in the background behind those little kids, and then my photo comes into play as well around the gumboots and rain jackets and things like that. So you'll see what I mean as we progress through the layout today. The cut file I'm using is the glorious, what can you say? Look at that beautiful, beautiful cut file. It is called the Rainbow Skies background. And like it's in its title, this covers my whole page, which I absolutely love. So I have cut my cut file in two ways. I have cut it out on white cardstock, and I've also cut it using some patterned paper as well. So my plan is at this stage where I'm thinking I want to reconstruct this a little bit and put the pattern paper inserts back into the cut file and pop them up on foam. But I don't want to do that for all of them. So I'm looking at which ones do I want to just back with some patterned paper. So I've backed some in pattern paper, and then the rest will all become part of how I'm thinking in my mind as I'm pulling this together, that the clouds are sort of going to be dimensional across the page, and it gives the effect that they're floating across the sky. To create my background, it absolutely needs a watercolor sky. I couldn't think of anything more than being able to do this for this particular layout. So I got to town with my inks and my sprays. So I initially started with gessoing my white cardstock. I've put quite a bit of gesso on this one because I knew I was going to put a lot of water on this page, and it made a huge amount of help when it came to that. So initially I started off with the Distress Oxide in Chipped Sapphire, and I just scraped that across in just different random spots across the page and added water. Now with this Distress Oxide as well, I just wanted to say it's the like I said, it's Chipped Sapphire, but it gives a little bit of a purple hue when water hits it. So I don't know if that's normal or whatever it is, but it's quite strange because it is actually a blue, but it's got a little bit of a purple tinge. But anyway, I then added some of my favourite shimmers as well, which is Vibes in Snowway Man, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous light blue. And then my Vibes Jenny B Blue, which is definitely one of my favourite blues. You would have seen there that I had to tip up the bottle because I'm almost out and my nozzle was a little bit clogged. And yeah, so I'm almost out of that one. And then as it was pulling together, I decided I wanted to give it a little bit more of an ethereal sort of feel and make it a little bit more cloudy as well to feature in. So I've added some heap of water to the page again and added a bit of white acrylic paint just from my stash. And I get to town again with swirling and swirling this around the page. So it's as simple as that in terms of pulling this one together. Lots of water, lots of ink, and just sitting there, moving my page back to front, side to side, up and down, just till it gave a wash across the whole page. As it dried, it did dry with a few crevices. You'll see that darker colours there. That's when I added in, the last minute, I added in some Distress Spray in Faded Jeans, which is seriously, I think maybe my most favourite blue colour ever. And because there was quite a lot of water on the page did buckle a little bit. So it's given those beautiful darkish blue veins all over that page. I love, love, love how that turned out. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm sticking down my cut file. I'm sitting it straight directly down onto the page. So you'll see there that there's those areas that I've already pre-backed with my patterned paper as well. And the pattern paper that I'm using today and the collection I'm using today, I don't think I've mentioned that yet, is Coco Vanilla's Daydream collection. This is such a pretty collection. And I had a lot of fun playing with this one. I haven't used it for a little while, and I've got quite a bit in my stash. That was really great to pull this one out and have a bit of a play. So I'm just building back my puzzle, I guess, here of putting my clouds back onto the page. I'm also popping those up on foam. So it really gives a great amount of dimension across the page. And I love, love, love how this turned out when it all came together. I also do the same with that rainbow section there at the top left-hand side. I do pop up some patterned paper from the collection onto some foam and just fill in those rainbows as well, the arcs from the rainbow. So I just want to talk quickly about the CSI challenge as while I'm gluing these things down to the page. So CSI challenges, I'll leave all the links in the description box below. Cut to You are the major sponsor of 2022, and I'm so happy to be back on the team this year to provide some inspiration for everybody each month for these challenges. The challenges are so much fun. There are so many ways you can interpret the challenges every month. There's normally 2 to 3 that you can choose from, and there's not only the photo prompts on the blog site, you'll also have access to a list of evidence that you need to potentially use, and I've done some of that with this one as well. So it's a really great way to use up some of even your stash, or really think about using your stash in other ways. So I hope you get an opportunity to maybe play along with me one of these months. There is a prize each month as well, which is sponsored by Cut to You, which is fabulous and very, very generous of Gwen to do that as well. All right, so I will also leave in the description box below all the links to the blog post and also the links to the cut file in the store as well. And I am just to finish off the picture, you'll see now I have my photos of my nephews, and they are playing in the rain with their raincoats on. Oh my goodness, I love this photo. I love these photos. It was taken years and years ago. It hadn't rained in ages. It was during one of our record-breaking droughts in Queensland, and we had lots of rain on this particular day, so it was lots and lots of fun. So I wanted to add a little bit more of the rainbow feel into it as well, so I added some of the ephemera rainbows from the rainbow parts of the pack in the ephemera, and then just put some clusters just around the page. I did cover up the sun section of the cut file on that top right hand side with that gorgeous sun die cut piece from the ephemera pack as well. And I know that flowers don't actually live in the sky, but I couldn't help myself. I just loved those flowers from that collection, so I thought that just gave a little bit of lovely soft touch to the actual layout as well. So I put a couple of clusters around the page. I do pop a few things up on some foam as well, just to add more dimension. And then to finish off, I do put some of the the moths or the butterflies. I think they're moths, aren't they, with this collection? And a couple of the sentiment pieces from the sticker sheet as well. I will have the finished layout any moment, and I have some close-ups as well to share. As always, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you taking out the time to watch my videos and likes and your comments. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.